I think we all can collectively agree that when it comes to this episode in Chainsaw Man, we all have come to the conclusion that Fujimoto-sensei, the author of Chainsaw Man, is a little bit, how can we say it, sus. And the reason why is because, like, lines like this, I'll make it a juicy one for you, which is, if you understand the context of this and you saw the episode, it's like, ooh, okay. And then when you, go later on in the episode and you see the kiss sequence, and then all of a sudden, you know, he gets puked in his mouth, like, literally, Himeno pukes in Denji's mouth. It's like, Fujimoto, you have already added some weird stuff into this show. You have power and her inability to bathe and flush a toilet. And then you have this scene. It's like, my man is weird. That's exactly what people are going to come to the conclusion of when they, you know, watch this episode. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a place for everything that is, like, messed up. But holy crap. Like, what it's cursed and blurst at the same time. And so, let's talk about that. Let's get into the cursed and blurst of this. And I know people are going to be like, really, Chibi? You're about to analyze and talk about this vomit barf scene. Yeah, I am. I'm legitimately am. That is exactly what's about to happen. So, okay. This scene of kissing, it actually is interesting to me because there is two debates that's going on right now. Obviously, you have people calling this gross, people are saying, like, ooh, and then you have other people that are saying, wow, they censored it. And yeah, FYI, if you're unaware, this scene was censored. Yeah, if you, go to the manga panel in question, you will see that the barf that is censored in this episode actually was not censored in the manga. So that is an anime-only change. That's straight up changed from the manga, which I think that it's not necessarily Studio Mappa or the people working on this their fault. They have to censor it, because if anyone has seen, like, let's say, just any type of vomiting scene from any form of anime, there's a lot of them out there, and it's kind of weird that I know that. But anyways, the point is that there is a lot of censorship on that type of stuff. And so because of that, it makes sense that that same type of attribute, like, you know, censorship for, let's say, puke, would be also in Chainsaw Man. It's not necessarily the animator's faults or Studio Mappa or anything. That's just Japanese law, I'd assume. I would assume that is literally a part of their laws. There's nothing that can be done about it. That's just in a discussion right there. But I did see people really complaining, saying, why is Chainsaw Man censored? And they have to. It's the law. It is. It's cut and dry. But, anyways, let's actually talk about this scene and what this represents for Denji, Himeno, and just, like, going forward, okay? So, obviously, we gotta look at this like this. Denji's goal was to have a kiss. His first kiss with a woman. And after everything he did, let's say at the, you know, the beginning of the episode and all that, when he was fighting the Eternity Devil and everything, he fought really hard for days to be able to get the kiss from Himeno. And so when he finally actually gets, like, his reward, you know, he's excited at first. Like, he's really down bad. He's excited. But then, obviously, we got the whole, yeah, this scene. And it's, like, yikes. It's a legitimate yikes scene. And you gotta think about it from his POV, okay? Denji's POV, this is the first time he's ever experienced a kiss, and that is his first kiss. And he even makes this fundamentally clear, like in the bathroom scene when he's puking, he talks about how, like, oh, you're jealous or upset or envious that this was my first kiss, like, really, man? And it's true, because that is a permanent memory that will be concreted in his head for the rest of his life. He will always think, when he's about to kiss someone, about his first kiss. He will think, like, oh, my first kiss was literally like this, and it's gonna scar him for life. And that is a permanent stain on his memory. We gotta remember that. This is a memory that will now forever be a core memory and never cease to exist. And I find this also interesting because this goes along with what Denji's character is. He's like a blank slate. I've talked about this in my previous episode reviews, that he's someone that doesn't know much about the world. He is someone basically that, he's ignorant of everything around him. He's not got to experience a lot of things. It explains the whole eating situation with him putting a bunch of different jam, honey, and all that on toast. You know, he's like a kid, mentally. He has not gotten to experience everything in life. And so a lot of things that are going on within his life right now in these episodes is first for him. And so when you see the moment of his kissing just so, you know, traumatic, it's like, oh goodness, now he doesn't just have, let's say, good memories, he has really awful and heinous memories. So yeah, that is, food for thought. So moving on to the next topic, because I don't think everybody wants me to overanalyze the barf scene, which is what I technically kind of just did. let's talk about some other fundamental moments of this episode that is legitimately good. Like, okay, I know everybody, when it comes to this scene in Chainsaw Man, their mind is gonna go, let's be honest, in the gutter. People are like, oh, it's that scene, Denji! You know, let's be honest, people are going to be doing the wolf emoji, doing, like, barking and all that, and that's hilarious, don't get me wrong, but, there is a lot of meaning in this moment, honestly, and I think that this is actually a powerful scene, and the reason for that is because Denji, once again, he is, as I already said in the video, he's a blank slate. He doesn't know what to expect. You could just see by his overall reaction and tone in this scene, he's very immature. He doesn't know what he's doing fully. He's just, like I said, a hound dog. That's all he is. And he doesn't exactly know everything going on around him. While you have someone like Himeno, she is, how can I say, she's more mature-ish, and even though she has a toxic connection with Aki, she is definitely more sane in the head, so to speak. And I will talk more about that in a second. But the point is that when you see her character in this moment, it's kind of obvious what maybe her goals are. Because we see early on in the episode, like this moment where she's talking with Aki, they start to talk about Denji's role. Who is Denji? Why do these demons or devils know about Chainsaw Man? Why is Makima acting a little bit, suspicious? All these things kind of going on within this episode, with this conversation she has with Aki. And so, you could see in this moment that Himeno isn't necessarily oblivious. She is aware of the environment around her, what's going on, and she feels like something is very off with Denji/Chainsaw Man, and to an extent, Makima. And she's trying to figure out what's going on there. So you could assume her getting close to Denji like this, even though obviously she's trying to reward him in some way, she's going the extra mile to probably get some form of information out of him, or find out something about him, but also keep him on her side. Because she says it herself, literally in the episode, when she, is watching Disney just did I just say Disney? When she watched Denji, I can't believe I just said Disney. That still blows me away. But okay, when she was watching Denji fight the Eternity Devil, she said herself that Chainsaw Man's probably the one that can get rid of the Gun Devil. He's probably the only one that can bring down the Gun Devil and probably save Aki from death. And because of that, she instantly grew a bond with Denji. She became attached to him and realized his overall importance in her life. That if he is around, he is alive, Aki will survive. And that is what she wants. And so this also could be as a play of her trying to get Denji on her side to make him do what she wants. You can kind of see it like that. And also this too, I've noticed your head over heels for Makima, so she's also aware of that, how Makima is doing things, to Denji, and Denji's doing things for her. She's probably wanting to get in on that. So yeah, there's a lot here that is multi-layered. Now let's talk about the overall art and direction, honestly. I really think that the backgrounds is very strong this episode, like, hands down. Like, there is some beautiful artwork, especially, like, in the cafe scene here. Like, there's just a lot of little background animation that adds just so much more life to the sound effects, to just getting to hear, like, even the silence, actually, getting back into this scene. The silence of this scene, with just the sound effects of, like, laying in the bed, or, Denji movement, or Himeno's movement, I think is very subtle, but powerful. It adds a lot more context, and I feel like if there was music in this scene, it would drown out what the message really is. It's blank, and in a way, empty, but also intimate as well. So there's a lot of themes that are thrown in here, and this is why I think many really do like, Fujimoto's writing. It's very complex, but also very simplistic. He has two layers to his writing, because obviously at face value, when you watch said episode, people are, like I said, going to instantly navigate to the Makima stuff of seeing Himeno and, Denji kiss, to the puking scene, to this, this scene here, and then a little bit of the crazy animation art. It's very straightforward if you want to look at the episode like that. But there is obviously a lot more deeper stuff going on within the episode, like this conversation she has right here, where she starts talking about visiting people and their death and all that, and how everybody's dead, and Aki's still around, and saying that Aki's not right in the head. And then it's revealed that she might not necessarily be crazy, because she's someone that is still coming every single week, basically, or every day, to visit the graves of her fallen comrades. It kind of shows that she still has her screws still tied in pretty tight, because she is still remembering and honoring the dead in some way, and she's sad about it, these darker emotions. So, Chainsaw Man, episode 7 is absolutely fantastic, and I guess I can't end off this video without talking about the ending song, because the ending song is straight up amazing. Like, I want to talk about that, actually. I think that anyone probably could easily guess that this ending song, despite the obvious fan service, it's really good because it seems like a homage to 90s anime, like early 2000s anime. Like, the entirety of the way this is done, like the blurry effect to the way the border of the video is, it reminds me a lot of, like I said, early 90s anime. And I think this is a really nice styled ending song. And I actually think this might be my favorite. I think this might beat Backrooms for me. I really like the Backrooms ED we had, but I really love this one because of just, like, the style of it is so distinct, and it's been so long since I've seen, like, a style like this, because nowadays, anime's digital, it's not done in the same way as like this, so, I don't know, I appreciate the different designed ED. This is probably my favorite thus far. But, I guess I'm going to leave it at that. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below, how you felt about this week's episode of Chainsaw Man. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Let me know. I am very curious, and do you think Fujimoto is a little bit sus as an offer? Also, let me know in the comments below. But, anyways, with all jokes aside, if you're interested in joining the Discord I made recently, link is also in the description. Leave a like on the video to help me out. I greatly appreciate it. Always helps out, helps my videos to be noticed by more people. But with that, Chibi out.